Be disciplined even when you don't feel like it. It's a brutal reminder that your emotions are a luxury you simply can't afford if you're truly committed to your goals. Don't feel like it? You're tired? You're unmotivated? Welcome to reality, because life doesn't stop to wait for you to find inspiration or be in the right mood. In this world, it doesn't matter how you feel. What matters is what you do. Discipline isn't built on motivation because motivation is a traitor. It shows up when it's convenient and disappears when you need it the most. Discipline, on the other hand, is the engine that keeps running even when everything else shuts down. It's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who spend their lives wishing for it. It's the thing that gets you out of bed when all you want to do is stay under the covers. It's what takes you to the gym when your body is screaming no. It's what drives you to work in silence while everyone else is distracted by temporary pleasures. And no, it's not easy because it's not designed to be. Discipline is a muscle that grows stronger with use, a daily battle against your weakest self, a war fought inside you every time you face the choice between doing what you must or giving in to what you want. Do you know what separates those who achieve their goals from those who abandon them? It's not talent, it's not luck, and it's not opportunities. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's the ability to face yourself, look yourself in the eye, and win. Because your greatest enemy isn't a lack of time, problems, or circumstances. Your greatest enemy is yourself. That weak part of you that always looks for excuses, that always wants to delay, that's always searching for the easy way out. And let me tell you something. If you don't learn to master yourself, it won't matter how many opportunities you get, you'll waste them all. It won't matter how many times you say you want something, you'll never achieve it. Because words mean nothing without action, and consistent action, even when it hurts, even when it's uncomfortable, is what defines the disciplined. Discipline won't make you feel good at first. It won't give you instant gratification. In fact, at the beginning, it will make you hate yourself because it will force you to face your weaknesses, your fears, and your excuses. But do you know what? That's exactly what you need. You need that damn wake-up call. You need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? Am I living like someone who wants to win, or like someone who's already given up? And if you don't like what you see, then you have to change it. And the only way to change it is through discipline. There are no shortcuts, no magic tricks, no secrets you haven't been told. The formula is simple but brutal. Do what you have to do every day, no matter how you feel. Every time you get up when you don't want to. Every time you resist the temptation to procrastinate. Every time you think about quitting. Remember this. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. No one is going to carry your responsibilities. This is all on you. And if you can't be disciplined for yourself, then no one else will do it for you. You have to be the kind of person who does the right thing because you know it's the right thing to do, not because it feels good. You have to be the kind of person who keeps their promises, not because it's easy, but because their word means something, even when it's a promise made to yourself. Because if you can't trust yourself, how can you expect others to trust you? If you can't control your own habits and actions, what right do you have to ask for more from life? Discipline doesn't just transform you physically. It doesn't just improve your results. It changes who you are. It makes you strong, reliable, and unbreakable under pressure. It gives you character, purpose, and power. Because true freedom isn't doing whatever you want, whenever you want. True freedom is having complete control over yourself, your decisions, and your life. And that control is only achieved through discipline. Every time you choose action over excuses, every time you choose sacrifice over comfort, you're strengthening that inner muscle. You're building a version of yourself that cannot be defeated, a version of yourself that looks challenges in the eye and says, "Try me, I won't give up." So, when you don't feel like it, when you feel like you can't take anymore, when you think the effort isn't worth it, remember this. Every small act of discipline is another brick in the road to your dreams. And every time you give in, you're ripping those bricks out and starting over. You decide who wins this fight. You decide whether you move forward or fall back. But don't fool yourself into thinking you can stay in the same place, because that doesn't exist. In this life, you're either moving forward or falling behind. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to give in to your excuses and stay the same? Or are you going to stand firm and prove that you have what it takes to be great? The choice is yours. Now go, do what you have to do, and don't stop until you become the person you know you can be. Discipline requires resisting comfort and laziness, two silent enemies that whisper in your ear every damn day, coaxing you to rest just a little longer, to push things off until tomorrow, to take a break because no one will notice. But listen to me closely. That voice you hear is the same one that has destroyed dreams far greater than yours, buried countless lives in mediocrity, and stolen futures that could have been filled with greatness. That voice is your enemy, and if you don't learn to silence it, if you don't learn to resist its seductive pull, it will win. You need to understand something fundamental. Comfort is addictive, but it is also poison. It lures you in with false promises of ease and relaxation, making you weak, complacent, and trapped in a cage of excuses where progress has no place. Comfort is the refuge of those who don't want to grow, those who choose the easy way out, those who watch from afar as others achieve what they never had the courage to even attempt. Is that the kind of life you want for yourself? Do you want to be a shadow of your true potential, someone who fades into the background simply because you didn't have the strength to resist the urge to stay where you are? Discipline, on the other hand, is tough, relentless, and uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good in the moment, it doesn't offer instant gratification, but that's what makes it so powerful. It's waking up early when every part of your body screams for more sleep. It's going to the gym when every fiber in your being is begging you to skip the day. It's working in silence, without applause, without recognition, while others get distracted by fleeting pleasures. Every single small effort you make, every hard decision you take, is another brick laid on the path to your goals. Let me make this clear. Those bricks, those little daily victories, are what separate those who achieve something in life from those who sit around dreaming without ever doing anything about it. It's not about one grand heroic effort every now and then. It's about the consistency of your actions, the small daily decisions you make, the constant sacrifices, the ability to resist the temptation to procrastinate because deep down, you know that doing the work today is what will get you closer to your goals. The temptation to postpone, to delay, to say, "I'll do it tomorrow," is a slow poison. It steals your time, it drains your energy, and worst of all, it robs you of your self-respect. Every time you give in to that temptation, you're sending a message to your brain. Your goals don't matter enough. Your dreams can wait. You're not strong enough to follow through on what you promised yourself. And if you repeat that message enough times, it becomes your reality. The lie starts to feel like the truth. And the next thing you know, years have passed and you're stuck in the same place, wondering where it all went wrong. That's why every time you feel the temptation to procrastinate, I want you to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth sabotaging your future for the sake of a momentary comfort? Is it worth putting everything you've worked for at risk just because you don't feel like doing the work today? Because I assure you, the time you waste today is time you'll never get back. You'll look back one day and wish you'd done more, worked harder, and been more disciplined, but by then it'll be too late. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. And believe me, it will fade. Motivation is fleeting, it's unreliable. There will be days when you feel exhausted, frustrated, discouraged. There will be days when you question whether any of this is worth it, when you think your efforts are all in vain, and when everything inside you tells you it's easier to just give up and settle. But those are the days that define who you are. Those are the moments when you need to look in the mirror and remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. Remind yourself that you're not doing this for fun or recognition, but because you know you deserve more, because you can be more, because deep down you have the power to change your life, but only if you have the courage to keep pushing forward, even when everything tells you to stop. Resisting comfort and laziness isn't just a one-time act. It's a war you fight every single day. And in that war, every small effort matters. Every time you choose work over rest, action over procrastination, sacrifice over comfort, you're winning. And each of those victories, no matter how small they seem, adds up. Don't underestimate the power of those small steps because they are what will take you farther than any grand gesture ever could. You don't need to take giant leaps to succeed. What you need is consistency, persistence, and determination. Yes, there will be days when you fail. There will be days when comfort wins, when you give in, when laziness takes over. But the key is to get back up. The important thing is to always come back, to never let a momentary defeat become an excuse to quit. Because discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. So don't give up. Don't let yourself be seduced by the ease of laziness, by the false comfort of complacency. Remember why you're doing this. Remember that every small effort you make, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, is another brick being laid down on the path to your goals. And with every step you take, you're making yourself stronger, more resilient, more unstoppable. The next time you feel the temptation to procrastinate, to quit, to settle for less, ask yourself this. Do you want to be remembered as someone who tried and failed, or as someone who had the discipline to see it through to the end? The decision is yours. Every single day, every moment, you have the opportunity to make that decision. So choose wisely, because in this life there is no room for the weak. Only the disciplined reach the top. And you, if you set your mind to it, can be one of them. But you have to start today. You have to start now. Because time waits for no one, and every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Discipline is built on routine and consistency, two pillars that separate dreamers from those who truly achieve something in life. Do you want to know why you're stuck, why you're not moving forward, why you always feel like you're running in circles? Because you don't have a damn routine, because you haven't understood that greatness is not a stroke of luck or a bright moment of inspiration, but the result of doing what needs to be done over and over again, every single day, without excuses, without shortcuts. Establishing a plan is not optional, it's a necessity. Without a plan, you're a ship adrift, carried by the currents of life, reacting to whatever comes instead of taking control. And I don't care if you're tired, unmotivated, or just not in the mood. Feelings don't build empires, don't forge champions, don't create legends. What does is routine, that relentless force that pushes you forward even when everything inside you screams to stop? When you have a routine, you eliminate room for excuses. It doesn't matter if it's Monday or Saturday, if it's cold or hot, if you're inspired or everything seems to be against you. When you have a clear plan and follow it like a soldier obeys orders, you're telling your mind there's no room for doubt, no time to question whether you feel like doing it or not. You just do it. And do you know why? Because it's not about what you want right now, it's about what you want in the long run. Do you want comfort now or success later? That's the damn question you need to answer every time you think about skipping a day, straying from the path, betraying the commitment you made to yourself. Because every time you break your routine, you're training your brain to be weak, to give in, to be a damn slave to laziness. But when you stick to your plan, when you push forward even on the hardest days, you're building unshakable character. You're proving that you have what it takes to be different, to stand out, to win. Routine is not glamorous. It's not exciting. Nobody will applaud you for getting up early, for working in silence, for pushing through when no one's watching. But those are the moments that build your success. It's on those seemingly insignificant days, in those repetitive acts, that you're laying the foundation of your greatness. Every time you wake up at the same time, every time you stick to your plan even when you don't feel like it, you're strengthening the muscle of discipline. And let me tell you something. Consistency is more powerful than any natural talent, more powerful than any opportunity that comes your way. Because opportunities come and go, but if you're not prepared, if you don't have the routine to back you up, you'll miss them all. Routine gives you structure, focus, and the damn map you need to reach your goals. Without it, you're lost, drifting, doomed to be just another face in the crowd. I don't care how hard it is, how many times you have to fight against yourself to keep going. Discipline isn't about ease, it's about results. And results only come to those who are willing to be consistent, who understand there are no shortcuts, no excuses, that every day counts. Do you want to achieve something great? Then start acting like your life depends on it. Create a routine that guides you, that keeps you on track, that forces you to move forward even when every fiber of your being wants to give up. Because routine is your weapon against procrastination, against doubt, against mediocrity. And it's not enough to have it written down on paper or in your mind. You have to execute it, live it, turn it into your daily reality. And it won't be easy. There will be days when it feels pointless, days when everything seems against you, days when you'll wonder why the hell you're even doing this. But those are the days that matter the most, because every time you get through one of them, you're forging a stronger will. You're getting one step closer to your goals. So create a plan. Not a perfect one, not a complicated one, but a clear, simple, unbreakable one Define what you're going to do every day and do it, no matter the circumstances. Don't look for excuses. Don't seek validation. Don't chase comfort. Chase results. And the only way to get them is through consistency. It doesn't matter if you move an inch or a mile each day. What matters is that you keep moving, keep building, keep fulfilling what you promised yourself. Because at the end of the day, discipline isn't for anyone else. It's not to impress anyone. It's for you. It's so you can look in the mirror and know you're doing everything possible to become the person you want to be. It's so that, when you reach the end of your life, you can proudly say you didn't waste a single second, that you gave it your all, that you lived with purpose, with strength, with determination. So, no matter what happens today, no matter how you feel, no matter how tempted you are to give up, keep going. Stick to your routine, be consistent. And when you look back in a few years and see everything you achieved thanks to your discipline, you'll realize every sacrifice was worth it. Because routine is not just a tool. It's the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Cross that bridge, do the damn work, don't stop. Because greatness isn't born, it's built, and you have what it takes to be one of the greats. But start now. No excuses, no delay. Greatness is waiting. Are you willing to reach for it? In the end, discipline will reward you, but not with fanfare or instant medals. No, those rewards come with time, effort, and a constant sweat that sometimes seems meaningless. But listen carefully, every damn effort is worth it. Every tear, every sleepless night, every time you said no to comfort and yes to sacrifice, it's building you from the inside. Discipline doesn't give you magical results. It gives you something much more valuable. It gives you character, strength, and the will to overcome any obstacle. Do you know what happens when you stick to discipline? You start to understand that achievements are not accidents, they're not strokes of luck, they're not gifts from the universe. Achievements are the result of every step you take, even when your legs hurt, even when your soul weighs heavy, even when the world seems to be against you. Discipline is what transforms your dreams into goals and your goals into reality. And yes, there will be days when you'll question if it's worth it, days when everything you've done will seem insignificant, days when you'll want to throw in the towel. But I'm telling you now and engrave it in your mind. Every step you take brings you closer to the life you want, to the version of yourself you know you can be. Because discipline isn't just about material achievements, about goals accomplished, about dreams realized. It's about what it turns you into in the process. It's about looking back and seeing the person you were and realizing you're no longer that weak, lazy man full of excuses. It's about knowing you endured the pain, faced your fears, defeated that voice in your head telling you that you couldn't. And that, my friend, is the real satisfaction. Not the trophy, not the recognition, not the final result, but knowing you gave it everything, fought like a damn warrior, stayed strong when others broke, and didn't let your emotions or circumstances define who you are. Discipline rewards you with pride, with self-respect, with the certainty that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. And that, believe me, is worth more than any external applause. Always remember this: discipline is the key. It's the key that opens the doors others don't even dare to touch. It's what separates you from those who live dreaming and never doing, from those who settle for a mediocre life because they didn't have the strength to get up day after day and fight for something more. You're not like them. You can't be like them. You have what it takes inside you to be different, to be great, to leave a mark on this world. But you won't achieve it by waiting for things to change. You won't achieve it by wishing everything were easier. You'll achieve it by doing the work, one damn day at a time, with no complaints, no excuses, without allowing yourself to slack off. Do you want to make your dreams come true? Then understand this: no one is going to do it for you. No one is going to lift you up when you fall. No one is going to push you when you stop. No one is going to give you what you want. That's your job and only yours. So stop looking for excuses, stop waiting for the perfect moment, stop complaining because things aren't easy. Life isn't easy, it never will be. But if you have discipline, you can handle anything. Life throws your way. Every sacrifice you make now is an investment in your future. Every time you choose to work instead of rest, to move forward instead of stopping, you're building something most people can't even imagine. And yes, you might not see the results immediately. You might spend weeks, months, even years wondering if all this effort is worth it. But I promise you, the day will come when you look back and realize that every damn drop of sweat, every tear, every sacrifice was worth it. The day will come when you see the fruits of your labor, when you feel that indescribable satisfaction of knowing that everything you have, Everything you are, you earned with your own hands, with your own effort, with your own discipline. And in that moment, you'll understand that the true reward isn't the achievements. It's the person you became by achieving them. So no matter what happens, no matter how many times you feel tempted to quit, keep going. Because every step you take, no matter how small it seems, is moving you towards your goals. And every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're strengthening your character, building your legacy, showing that you're stronger than you thought. In the end, discipline is what separates men from boys, winners from losers, those who achieve from those who just dream. And you, if you choose to be disciplined, if you choose to fight, if you choose to persist, will be one of the few who reaches the top. Because discipline doesn't just give you achievements, it gives you freedom. The freedom to know you can face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, conquer any goal. And that, my friend, is the greatest reward of all. So get up, keep moving forward, and never forget that every effort is worth it. Discipline is the key. Don't let it go.